Hey guys, so as you can see I am fresh faced, no makeup, because I'm actually going to be doing a talk through a drugstore back to school makeup tutorial, including a couple tips and tricks for you guys. Now I wanted this video to be super chill and super helpful, and I'm going to just be doing my makeup as I talk through each step with you guys. I wanted to do it this type of talk through tips style just because I feel like it's super beginners friendly. So if you're a beginner and you kind of have been starting off with makeup and you want to start wearing makeup to school but you don't know what look to do and you also don't really know too much and you kind of want to learn some more tips and tricks, then this video is perfect for you. This look is pretty much going to be perfect for the average woman who wants to wear a lightweight fresh face makeup look to any occasion, such as like work or school or an interview or just anything like that where you don't want to wear that full-on cake type of look. So this is going to be perfect, but obviously since back to school is coming up, I am just titling it and theming it back to school. But like I said, it's obviously just a really quick, easy, lightweight look that's going to be perfect for any occasion that you don't want to wear something too heavy for. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face. My face is already moisturized. I feel like primer is a step that nobody should skip, even if you're doing like a quick look, just because it's super easy just to pump one pump of primer and quickly put it on your face. Like, it's such an easy step that makes an actual difference. So I mean, there's no reason why you should skip it. So I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. This one's really nice because it's super smooth and it's going to give you that flawless finish. And it's also super affordable. Now, another trick that I really like to do is I love makeup setting sprays. Now, these typically are setting sprays, so they're used at the end of your makeup, but I like to use it at the beginning of my makeup, sometimes in the morning when I am going to be maybe waking up early and I want my makeup to last all day. I really like doing this, one, because it's going to help prolong your makeup if you do it before and after. Two, because it feels super refreshing in the morning. Now, I know school is like super dreadful for a lot of you guys, and waking up early like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or even 6 a.m. for some of you can be hard. So putting on a really refreshing spray like this just wakes you up and it does make you feel good. So what I like to do is just shake it up and spray about 2 to 3 sprays. And it just feels so refreshing, like such an awesome feeling. And like I said, it really does help kind of prep your skin as well as set it. So now that your skin is prepped, you want to go in with foundation. Now, the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation. This one is new and I've been testing it out for you guys for the past couple of days. Actually, I think I've worn it for like 3 days. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. It is gorgeous. It gives you the most beautiful kind of medium coverage so that it covers those areas that you want to be covered, but it still lets a little bit of your natural skin shine through so that it's perfect for those days where you don't want to wear that full coverage cake look. You do want more of a lightweight look. This is perfect for that. So I love wearing this on the weekends or when I'm running errands, or school is perfect for you guys. So I think this is a perfect back to school foundation. The first thing that popped in my head when I tried this foundation was, I'm using this in my back to school tutorial. If you do want a further in-depth review on this, let me know and I'd be more than ecstatic to do it for you guys. If you don't really care for a full video, remember, I always update you guys on products through my monthly favorites videos. So I will obviously mention this in there and update you guys more. But if you do want a full video, full in-depth review, let me know and I got you covered. I have mine in the shade 80 Rich Tan. I would say that this shade is very comparable to NC40 in matte. So I am going to be applying my concealer and foundation with a beauty blender. Now, a beauty blender is obviously not cheap or drugstore, but it is super necessary. You don't need to get the exact beauty blender. If you do want something a little bit cheaper, there's plenty of beauty blender dupes out there. I've actually heard that CVS is selling a beauty blender dupe for super cheap and theirs is really good. If you live in Canada, Shoppers Drug Mart, the Quo one is really good as well. So you definitely don't have to buy a $25 sponge, but this is just what I have. I actually don't have any dupes. If you have any beauty blender dupes, let me know down below. I have tried the Real Techniques one, but I didn't like it. So if you have any other suggestions, let me know. But I am just going to take some of that foundation and apply it on the face. I am just going to put 2 pumps for now. And if I feel like I need any more, then I will. But usually 2 pumps of this foundation is pretty good if you want like a medium coverage. By the way, this beauty blender is dampened. I really love a damp beauty blender because it just really makes your skin feel fresh, especially in the morning. It's perfect because you just feel really refreshed that you have like a cold, damp beauty blender blending out your foundation. It feels super refreshing. But not only that, it helps to sheer out the foundation just a tad bit. and make it look a little bit more natural. It also gives it a little bit more of a fresh look, like a tiny bit more of a dewiness to it, which is really nice when you just want a lightweight look. A tip of mine when you're doing foundation, girls, is don't forget to put a little bit on the ears and blend into the hairline. Otherwise, you will look like you're wearing a obvious mask. You want to blend and make everything look seamless. So wherever the product is stopping, you want to kind of lightly feather it outwards because that's going to make it look more seamless. Okay, so moving on to concealer, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one is in the shade 20 Sand, and I'm just going to apply that right underneath the eye and a little bit down the center of my face. This is really just going to help conceal the under eye, but also highlight the face a little bit and shape it. This is a super easy and quick step, so it should be easy and quick to do. It's nothing too, in depth that would take too long. Now what you can do as well is apply a little bit of concealer on the eyelids. This is going to help prime for eyeshadow when we do that in a little while. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend everything out. Okay, so now we're going to set the face. Now what that means is we're going to lock everything in place with a little bit of powder. This is just going to help to set it and make it last even longer. So a really good setting powder for all over the face is the Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Powder. But this, if you are a little bit more tan like I am right now, this will leave a tiny bit of a white cast. So I can only use this when I'm under a 30 in MAC, just for shade reference, but right now I'm around a 40, so this will give me a little bit of a lighter face if I use this all over. But it is perfect for the under eye because it will help to brighten it a little bit. So I'm just going to take that and set the under eye. This is really just going to help any creasing and, like I said, just help set it. Now for the rest of the face, I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder. This one is in the shade 500 Sun Beige. I love this powder. It's really airbrushed and matte finish, but I'm not going to put too much of it on just because I want the natural finish of the Maybelline Better Skin foundation to shine through. So now we're going to move on to a little bit of contouring. Now, I personally never skip contouring. I'm going to be using the NYX Contour Kit. Now, feel free to skip on contouring, but to me, it's super quick and easy just to grab a brush and chisel the cheekbones a tad bit, and it really changes. Like, it takes you probably a couple seconds, and it changes the whole look. I am going to just take this yellow powder right here and just pop that under there quickly. Now, keep in mind, this tutorial is taking a little bit long, just because I am talking through each step and I'm showing you guys and everything like that. But if I was to do this look on my own, this would probably, like without filming, this would probably take me maybe like 10 minutes max, you know what I mean? Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing a little bit of contouring. I'm going to take this shade right here. Now, I like this shade for contouring on lightweight days just because it isn't super cool tone. Typically, you would contour with cool tone shades, but when I'm doing a lighter weight glowy look, I like to contour with a little bit of a more neutral kind of warm shade just because it makes the skin look more natural, more sun-kissed, as opposed to like more of that harsh cool tone contour, which is beautiful, but not really on a lightweight day. I'm just going to do it like a little bit loosely just so that it looks more of a bronzed contour and not too harsh, since this is more of a natural look. And I'm just going to also take that and put it up the temples. So next I'm just going to apply a tad bit of blush. This is just going to bring a little bit of color to the face, which is also going to help make you look more natural. If you don't apply blush, you will look, I don't want to say dead, but a tiny bit dull. So this will just help pop a little bit of color back in. So the one that I am using is the Jordana Rose Silk Blush Powder. Now for highlight, I love highlight on any day, even if it's lightweight day, just because it can make you look super fresh and glowy. But if you are doing a lightweight day, you definitely don't want to apply too much highlight because you can make it look too full coverage. The one that I am going to be using is the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer. I absolutely adore this. It's amazing. So I am just going to be taking this. I'm also going to take my Luxie fan brush. I love this on a lightweight day because I can just kind of strobe with it. Then just highlight the tops of my cheekbones, right above my brow, down the center of my face, and on my nose, on the tip of it, right there. Okay, so now that our face is done, we're moving on to the brows. Now for the brows, I've been trying out a new drugstore brow product that I've just been loving. Like literally, I'm over the moon in love with this. This is the brand new Maybelline Brow Satin Smoothing Duo Brow Pencil and Filling Powder. Now this actually does have a powder at the back that's really cool. It looks like this, and you kind of put it on like that. It's super cool, but I actually haven't tested out this side too much, so I'll test that out and let you guys know how I feel about that. But I have been loving the pencil it comes with. This pencil is absolutely amazing. I like to call it the drugstore pencil version of the Anastasia Dip Brow. This literally is amazing. I am totally in love with it. So I am going to be filling my brows with this. Now when it comes to the brows, you definitely don't want to overdo it, especially for school or just for a lightweight look. You do not want to overdo it. So I am just going to be taking a spoolie and brushing out my brows. This can make the world of difference, and it only takes, look, like 10, not even 10 seconds, 5 seconds to do. I'm just going to lightly outline the brow and then begin to fill it in. Now once I get to the inner corner, what I'm going to do is just very lightly, like very lightly apply product and kind of feather it out, and that's going to make it look super natural and gradient. To set the brow, what I'm going to go ahead and do is use this L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is a step that only takes 2 seconds, and it makes the world of difference. So if you just apply a little bit of it, you don't want to apply too much, but if you just apply a little bit, what this is going to do is set the hairs in place. It's also going to fill in any spots that you might have missed. So now that the brows are done, we're moving on to the eyes. Now for the eyes, we're doing something super quick and easy. I did forget to tell you guys to set the eyelids as well from that concealer that we put on earlier. What you can do is take the highlight that you used. I'm taking a little bit of a dense brush. And I'm just going to pop this highlight right over here underneath this area, underneath the brow bone. I'm going to take it right in the inner corner. I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette in the shade Matte. Now what you're going to do is choose one of your favorite shades to kind of smoke out the lower lash line with. I'm going to be using this really small, fluffy, pointy Morphe brush. And I think I'm going to take a mixture of this shade and this shade. What I'm going to do is take that and put it underneath the lower lash line. This is one of my favorite tricks to make your makeup look like you tried and look like you put in effort, but you didn't. A lot of people wouldn't think of doing this step without a lot of shadows on the top, but I personally love how it looks. And plus, once you put on mascara and eyeliner and everything, it will all come together. Now what you can do is just take a tiny bit, just the tiniest bit of this brown shade right here, and just fluff it into the crease. But like I said, I'm just taking the slightest bit, like I'm barely even putting any, just to lightly even everything out. I'm just going to take the highlight that we used earlier, and what I'm going to do is use my finger. Now this really helps because your finger really helps to pack on kind of highlighted products like this. And I'm just going to put that all over the lid. Take that blending brush again and just go over it quickly. I'm going to take my pinky again and put it on the inner corner. So now what I'm going to do is go in with some eyeliner. So I'm going to take this black eyeliner and put it on the top waterline up there, just because that's going to help make our lashes look thicker and longer. And then I'm going to take this white one and put it on the bottom here, just because that's going to widen our eyes and make it look a little more fresh and open. It's the Maybelline Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil in the shade Sleek Onyx, which is just really dark black, and I love it. Taking that and putting it on top here. So the next step is going to be a step that some of you might want to skip, and it is wing liner. Now, I know this is kind of going to be a 50-50 preference type of thing. I know a ton of people that literally have to rock wing eyeliner to school, so that's why I figured in this video a lot of you guys would appreciate it. But then I know people who I can see being like, nah, ain't nobody got time for wing liner in the morning. So remember that it's just all personal preference. If you don't have a couple extra minutes to spare for some winged eyeliner, then definitely skip it. It's not too necessary. I am going to be taking my NYX liquid liner. It is just my favorite liner ever, and it's like $4. It's amazing. So taking that and creating a wing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus the wing on the outer part of my eye and then make it really thin towards the inner corner and not even go in this area, just because that's going to give a more widened look effect. So I did do my wing liner off camera for the most part just because I'm horrible at doing my wing liner on camera. Now I did do a little bit of a thicker wing and it might look weird right now, but once you put on mascara, it's just going to pull the whole look together. And what I like to do is when I don't wear eyeshadow, I like to just apply a little bit of a thicker wing and it just helps make the look a little bit more. So I'm going to take the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara for the top lashes and the L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic for the lower lashes and do that. Now, I'm going to come back when it comes to the lower lashes because I have a little trick to show you guys. But for the top lashes, I'm going to do them off camera just because it saves you and me a ton of time. And plus, you guys have seen me do this step a ton of times. Okay, so I am back for the lower lashes. Now, this is one of my favorite mascaras to use for the lower lashes, and I always get tons of compliments and questions and inquiries on my bottom lashes and how I get them super long. Now, I do have pretty long natural lower lashes, but I do have a little bit of a trick that I like to do. What I like to do is take the mascara up really close to a mirror and apply it from the root and wiggle it downwards. Now after that is done, the lashes do look really nice when you look at them up close. But if you take a look at a mirror a little bit further away, like for example like this, you will see that they don't look as dramatic, they look a little bit natural. So what I like to do is apply mascara while looking at a mirror a little further away, because sometimes when we're putting on a product super up close, it looks like, whoa, okay, that's enough. But then you look back and you're like, like that doesn't really show that much. So when you're looking at a further distance, you're able to see just how much product you need to apply. And I personally love to do my lashes like that. I always end up putting like 2 more coats when I look at it from a distance because it doesn't look as dramatic as it did close up. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're pretty much done this makeup look except for lips. Now the next step that I'm going to do before the lips, you guys might totally literally want to skip altogether. Now the only reason I am going to do this is because, no lie, is because I'm on camera. When you're on camera, a lot of the times makeup doesn't show as the way it does on person. Like, you have to apply more when you're going to be on camera because the camera kind of washes a little bit out. So right now my lashes, they look awesome in person, but I know that on camera when I'm going to talk and everything like that, they're not going to look the greatest. Or when I take Instagram photos, my lashes are going to look a little bit non-existent. So just for Instagram, selfie, and filming purposes, I am going to be applying lashes. Now, disclaimer, this step you may totally want to skip out on. I know people who, back when I was in high school, girls wore lashes all the time because that's just how we roll. But, I don't know, I'm going to be honest, if I was going to school, I wouldn't apply lashes because ain't nobody got time for that. I just wouldn't have time for that. So, totally you could skip this step. But for anyone who is wondering, I am going to use the Morphe Wisp lashes. They're super natural and like long and wispy and fluttery and beautiful. Like, you look like a little beautiful fairy when you wear them, and I love them. If there is any lash that would be absolutely beautiful and natural for school, it would be this one. So totally love it, and it's super affordable too. So I am going to go ahead and just plop those on. Okay, so now that we're pretty much completely done, just the last step is the lips. Now for the lips, I know a lot of you guys would most likely rock a natural nude color. So that's why I decided to go for a nude. You could totally rock a bold color. When I was in high school, I don't even want to talk about it. My lipstick, my everyday lipstick, not even kidding you guys, I think I went through 2 or 3 tubes in my entire years of high school, was the MAC Saint Germain lipstick. I know, like, talk about cray. Like, why would I even wear that on an everyday basis? That was literally my everyday lipstick back in those days. It's not really my best memory. Like, it's not really something that I want to remember. So I am going to be using the City Color City Chic lip liner in the shade Natural No. 2. Now I'm using a lip liner because lip liners are super long lasting. So you know that if you apply this all over the lips, it is going to last a long time. A lot of you guys may prefer something glossy, so you can definitely go ahead and just plop on a gloss. You know what? Let me go ahead and pop on a gloss just because I don't think I've ever worn gloss on camera. I never wear gloss pretty much. But one of my favorite drugstore glosses is the Revlon lip gloss in the shade Saint Topaz, or Saint Topaz, what's it called? It's called Smokey Topaz, yes, but it is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that on the lips. So to completely finish the look, you want to go ahead and go back to your L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender Setting Spray and just set your entire face. Again, I like to do 2 to 3 spritz of this. I think that was 4. Yeah, that was 4. I get a little crazy sometimes. Really, you could do an extra one. Just for good luck. Get that shit on there. And then that is it. You're pretty much complete for your back to school makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. And hello, thumbs up for a glossy lip, because when have you guys ever seen me with a super, like a lip gloss on? Thumbs up for that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully the tips and tricks that I gave and just talking through everything helped at least a little bit, or helped at least some of you guys. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll of course see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.